各位记者朋友，上午好！
Dear friends from the media,
欢迎
good
参加
morning.
全国政协14届3次会议
To
第3场委员
the
通道
third
集体采访活
members
动。
corridor of
我们在
the
人民大
third
会
session
堂
of the
现
14th
场邀请部分全国政协委
CPPCC.
员
Here at the
回答
Great
大
Hall
家
of the
关心
People,
的
we
问
have
题。
invited some
请记者
CPPCC
朋友
members
们在提问
to
前
answer
先
some of
自
your
报家门。
questions. Please
下面
identify yourself
有请
before
第一组委
asking
员
the
入场，
question.
有请。
Shall we invite the first group of members?
请委员做自我介绍。
Now please introduce yourselves.
大家好，
Good
我
morning.
是全国政协委员，
I'm a
三江
CPPCC member.
源国家公园管理局
I
首席专
am
家
the
袁玉
chief
明。
expert of
谢谢。
Sanjiangyuan National Park. My name is
大家好，我
Lian
是
Yuming.
全国政协委员、
Good morning.
中国社
I'm
会
a
科学
member
院
of the
考古研究所研究
CPPCC.
员陈兴灿。
I'm Chen Xingcan from the Institute of
大家好，
Archaeology
我
of
是
Chinese
全国政
Academy
协
of
委
Social
员
Sciences.
傅晓云
Good morning. My
来
name is
自
Fu
中医
Xiaoyun.
科大学
I
附属
come
医院。
from the affiliated hospital of
请大家
Zunyi
提
Medical
问，
University.
请举手
Now
示
the
意。
floor is open.
请西区那位穿蓝色西服
First
的
question,
女记者
please.
提问。
谢谢主持人。中央广播电视总台
Thank
记
you.
者提问。
CMG.
我的问题提给连玉明委
My
员。
question is
连委
to
员
Lian
您好，
Yuming.
我从网络上了解到您
Good
是
morning.
名原清
I
干
have
部，60
learned
岁上高
that
原，
you
从
were
北京
a
到青海，
Tibetan
请问您
carter
为什么
and
要做这样的转变？
you
在
went
新的
to
岗位上
Tibet
又有
from
哪
a
些
very
新的
young
经历
age
和
and
收
then
获？
you
谢谢。
got engaged in environmental protection. What are
谢谢
your
记者的
observations
提
over the
问。
years?
我现在
Thank you for your question.
正在青海元清，
And right now, I'm
这是
a
我
carter
最难忘、
at
最
Qinghai
珍贵的
province.
人生经历。
This is the most
在
precious
1年多的
life
元
memory
清工作中，我
that I have
是
had. And
9
over
次
the
上
past
玉
few
府
years,
，2次上果洛，
I have
3次
visited
经黄河
the
源头，
countryside
近距离
and
地
also
感
the
受了
starting point of
三
the
江
Yellow
源人
River.
的
I experienced
衣食住
up
行
close
和
the
他们的
living style
所
of
思所
people
想。
living in
也
Sanjiangyuan.
非
I
常
know
荣
what
幸的是，
is on their
成为
mind, and
黄
I'm
河源
very
头第一村
privileged
玉树州
to
曲马累
have
县
served
马多
as
乡郭阳村的荣誉牧民。
a
在这里呀，为大家
honorary
分
shepherd
享一段
in a
我的
village in
个人经历。
Sanjiangyuan. And let me share with you my personal
7、8月份
observation.
是青海1年中
Between July and
最美
August,
的季节，
you can expect
而
the
这个
most
时候，
beautiful season in
我们在
Qinghai
海拔4600
at
多米
an
的
altitude of
黄河源头，我
4,600
们
meters
骑的
at
船
the
子棉衣、
starting point of
看见
Yellow
外加
River.
一件
We are wearing
军大衣，
thick coats,
几乎每一个人都有
down
高
coats
原反
even,
应。
and each and every
而
one
就
of
在
us
这个
have
地
this
方，
sickness
住着一
of
户人家，
plateau.
我们把它称之为
We
黄
saw
河
a
源头
household
第一嫂。
there, and we
这是一
caught
个
that household the number one
祖孙三
household
代
at the starting point of
40口之家。
Yellow River. They have lived there for 3 generations. The household
36
has
岁
14
是一
people,
名生态
and
管护
the
员。
head of the household is 36
他们
years old, and
祖祖辈辈
he is a
就居住在这里，
broadcaster of ecological
受苦
preservation, and
就是他
they
们
have
的
been
生
living
活。
there for
管理
generations, and they have
成为他们的责
endured
任。
the hardship and shouldered
那
the
我们做任务
responsibility
各求，
of
我
environmental
说
protection.
苦不苦？他
So
用
we often
藏语回答我，
tell our
翻
we
译
ask
成
them,
汉语就是
do you think
很光荣。
life here is very hard? But
我又问，
he
为什么
told me that it's
他
a
仍
great
然用
privilege
藏语
to
回
live
答？
here. I
翻译
asked
过来
him why,
就是
and then he
他说
replied
我
in
们啊，
Tibetan. He said that
现在端的是国家碗，
and right now
吃
we are
的是
holding
生态饭。
in our hand
我们每
the
一
bowl
名生态
of
管护
Chinese
员
food, and
每个月
we are
还可
preserving
以
Chinese
领到
ecology, and
给我
each
们发
and
的工
every
资。
month we can
这在以
claim
前啊，
a payment
是
from
根
the
本不可能
government,
的。
and this was unimaginable in the
在
past.
19.07万平方公里的三江源国家公园内，
At the Sanjiangyuan
生长
National
着
Park with
有可
an
记录的
with an acre of
3000多种
190,000,
野生植物，
there were
还有
3,000
310
platypus
种
species
可
and
记录的
also 310 species
动物。
of
当然，
animals that can
也居
resist
住着
extreme cold. And of course,
当做老百姓。
there were 110,000 Tibetans living there. Sanjiangyuan National Park was the first to practice one post for one household policy. And right now we have over 2,000 patrollers and volunteers for ecological preservation. And we have seen tens of thousands of households and members just like you, and they have added to the effectiveness and stability of the ecological preservation belt at the Sanjiangyuan National Park. And the water resources at Sanjiangyuan National Park is growing at an annual pace of 6%. We have a great number of endangered species, for example, Tibetan antelope. At the very beginning, we had only 20,000, but right now it has picked up to the number of 70,000. And we also have snow leopard and other types of leopard. And we also have wild yak. And those animals, they are flourishing at the starting point of Yellow River. And we have also golden eagle that is hovering in the sky of Sanjiangyuan. And the landscape and natural picture where people are getting along with nature in harmony is opening a new chapter in that part of the country.
请大家提问。
Thank you very much. Next question, please.
请东区这位穿米色衣服的女记者提问。
谢谢主持人，我是中国青年报
Thank you.
中国青年网
Use
记者
daily.
我想向陈
My
新灿
question
委员
to
提问。
Mr. Chen
陈委员
Xingcan.
您好，
Good morning.
最近这2年，我们都
In
注
the
意到
recent 2
博物
years, we
馆
have
一票
noticed
难
that
求，很多
Actually
文物成了
Museum
明星。您
also
怎么理
a
解这种
must-go
热度？谢谢。
place, and it's very hard to get a ticket. How do you interpret this phenomenon?
我也注意到了。
Yes, indeed, I
这个
also
确实是
noticed
一个
that.
现象。我近距离
It
感
is
受
a
到。
phenomenon.
刚刚过去的
I
7
also
天春节
observe
假日
it
我
in
们
a
全国博物
closer
馆接待
distance.
观众
During the 7 days of the
惊人
Chinese
的
New Year
7200
holiday,
人次。
actually, we have seen that 72 million people visit the museum. And in Xu Museum, I worked in, and it just opened for 1 year, and right now it has received 1.8 million people visits. And Sanxingdui Museum last year received 6 million visits. And also last year, very luckily, I also with the CPPCC team to pay a investigation visit to Henan, Shanxi, and Shanxi provinces. I also visited some the archaeological museum and also some DA museum. Especially in Henan, I noticed that it's very hard to get a ticket, and also some like the cultural artifacts. It's even hard to get closer to have a look. Of course, it's not all that the museum have this kind of like a craze, but we talk about yes, indeed, museums right now become one of the a destination for people. Why this phenomenon emerged, I didn't look into details, but I believe that with the 4 decades of reform opening up, people's life being has improved pretty much a lot, and therefore they have a higher requirement on the spiritual or mental requirement. And as one of the important product of a culture and civilization, museums at certain level actually meet people's requirement to enrich their knowledge. They would like to pay a visit to the museum to know about the history through the cultural artifact. China has the 2 million history with a human being, and also the 1 million of the history with the origin of agriculture, and also the Yellow River and the northern part of China. Actually, that is also the origin of the millet, and we also China enjoys the 5,000 history. of civilization, and also if we look started from that the emergence of the
然后得到了揭示。觉悟是在文字发生之后，
letters or the characters
也都是
that
通过
also we could see
考古学家
that
的
China also with the
辛勤劳动
inscriptions
得到
of
了
the
极大的丰
oracle
富
that
和
with
扩展。
around 3,000 years,
比
and
如说
also
这个
that
商周
because
时
of
代的
that
几
the
个国家，
languages and the
我
letters
们
actually
在
help
文
us to
献上完全没
enlarge
有记载，那
that's
么
the
就是
history.
通过考古学家的手，
Actually, for the
在这个
archaeologists,
我们的辛
based
勤
on
劳
our
动之
bare
下，
hands
得
and
到
hard
了
work,
发掘和了解。
we explored
不仅
and
如此，
got
其实
more
我们
knowledge
统一
about
多民
the
族国家的历史，
history, and
也因
also
为考
talk
古发
about
掘的这个
the history of
深入
national
啊，然后得
unity
到了极大的扩充。
that also
和
helped
丰富。
enrich
我
our
们
knowledge.
中国和世界其他文明交流的历史，
In terms
也得到
of
了
that,
极
the
大的
Chinese
扩充
civilizations
和丰富。
exchange with other
广
civilizations
大人民群众愿意
also
到
actually
博物馆
got
去参
more
观，
understanding
然后了解
based
我们的
on
历
the
史，通
archaeologists'
过文物呢，
work,
然后
and
来
people love
了解
to
我
know
们
more about
这个源远流长的中华文明。我
the
觉得是一件
long
非常令人
Chinese
高兴的事
history and
情。
civilization. I
这也激励我
believe this
们
is
考古
something
工作
really
者
good like to see,
做好
and
考
that
古
is
发
also
掘，
very
做
good
好
encouragement
阐
to
释
the
和展
practitioners
示。
in this
谢谢大家。
regard to explain that the cultural
谢谢陈委
artifacts.
员，
Thank you.
请继续提问。
Next question, please.
有请西区第2排那位穿蓝色西服的男记者提问。
谢谢主持人。
Thank you. I'm with People's Daily and its website. My question is to Fu Xiaoyun. Improving the medical capacity at the grassroots is the last mile of enhancing livelihood, and how to enhance the medical capability at the county level. Thank you very much. To improve the medical capability of the grassroots level, in particular in the countryside in the West, and China has rolled out this 10 million strong project. We have been supporting hospitals in Qinghai, Tibet, and Xinjiang, and in major counties. China has dispatched 80,000 medical workers to numerous hospitals across the country. And in 2022, I came to Suizhou Hospital. I focused on improving the medical capability of the hospital. In terms of the medical capability at the county level, I have the following observations. The first is we have to teach people how to fish. The cultivation of medical talents at the county level is the key focus of our work. Through expert lectures, by appointing instructors and supervisors, and through clinical teachings, we have cultivated a great number of very capable medical talents. I remember there was a doctor called Li Junxia. She takes notes of all the questions that I have answered during clinical visits. She said that this is a note that she will never finish because all the doctors are compassionate, and only through hard work and diligence can one improve his or her skills. And second, we need to be courageous and be problem-oriented. This is a spirit that we must embrace to enhance the medical capability of hospitals at the county level. And third, we must shoulder greater responsibilities. We must meet the difficulties head-on, and we have to be meticulous and courageous in boosting the confidence of medical doctors. And in December 2023, we had a newborn which weighs only 1 kilo. And then we brought numerous innovations. We applied PICC tube, and after 42 days of meticulous treatment and care, the newborn was discharged from hospital successfully. After my 2-year term, I have seen that there was a satisfaction of doctors, which raised from 55 to 75%, and the overall satisfaction rate has risen to 84%. I'm very happy to see this result because right now on the vast land of China, there is this medical capability initiative that is going on across the nation. Thank you very much.
下面有请第二组委员入场。
Let's welcome the second group of members.
请委员做自我
Please
介绍。
introduce yourself.
大家好，我是
Good morning.
黄丽萍，来自
My name is Huang Liping from Wenluo County, Hainan Province.
大家好，我是
Good
全国政
morning.
协委员白马玉珍，
My name is
来自
Baima
西藏
Yuzhen
林芝市
from
墨脱县。
Motuo County of Xizang Autonomous
我
Region.
是全国政协委员。
Good morning. My
来自内
name
蒙古自治区锡林郭勒盟孙利特左旗乌拉木齐队长
is
阿拉腾达。
Ala Tengda from the
请
Ulan
大家提问，请
Troop
举手示
of
意。
Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region.
请
Now the
东
floor is
区那位
open to
穿白
questions.
色衣服的女记者提问。
谢谢主持人。农民日报中国农网记者提问。
Agriculture
我的问题提给
paper.
黄丽萍
My
委员。
question to
黄委员
Ms.
您好
Huang.
近年来，随着乡
In
村
recent
全面振
years,
兴和
with the promotion of the rural revitalization and building a beautiful village, we believe that a lot of changes happened in the rural areas. What's the good practice you would like to
谢谢记
introduce?
者的提问。
Thank you for your
我是
question.
来自海南省
From
无锡县文
Wenluo
洛镇
County, Hainan
乡村要振
Province.
兴产业，
We talk about that we should first boost and make the industry prosper so that could drive that rural revitalization. I believe that first rely on the policies and also second that rely on the rural industries. So previously for that Wuxing village, we really lack of the industries.
20多年前，
And
武清村
2 decades
发展芒果
ago,
种植
and we started to grow mango because of the government policies. With 20 years development, right now we have that 2,800 mu
芒
of
果不
that
仅
the
成了我们的
mango,
致富国，芒果树
and
也成
also
了
the
全国的绿色
generating
银行。现在的武清村
23
家家
million
户户都有果
at
园，
the
都
yuan
盖起了
income.
芒果楼。
And also you could see right now each and
我们将
every
继续在
household
发展
who
产业
have
上
their
下功
DA
夫，
planting
让更多的村民过
areas
上好
and
日子。
also would like to bring more
将继续
the
做强
good
扩大
life
农
to
产
our
品
people
生产
and will
乡村
also
旅游
expand
休闲农业
that
等
the
产业
rural agriculture
让
as
更多
well
的
as
村
the
民获
tourism
得
in the
更
rural
好的
areas
日子。
so that the
我们将
people
推动
there
乡
can
村
live
振
a
兴
better
在
life.
产业生态化
And
和
also
生态产业化
we
上
talk
下
about
功
the
夫。
industry
近些
plus
年武清村
ecosystem.
以黎族文
In
化
the
为核
recent
心，
years, we rely
发展
on
乡村旅
DE
游、休
and
闲农业
ethnic
等。
the
短短几
minority
年，武清
culture
村已
and
成
to
为
develop
海
our
南四
tourism.
业级乡
Right
村旅
now,
游点。
the Wuxing village
为了
already
解决
become
农业种植
that
技术
a
难题
good
我们邀
tourist
请了农会院
destination.
的专家
In
从
order
北京
to
到海
tackle
南
the
农村
problems
田
we
间地头
faced, I will
科
also
学解决
invited
争斗
experts
防
from
守技术等
Beijing
问题。
to help us to deal
推
with
动
the
乡村振兴
agricultural
关键要好
planting
人
issues.
要建设一支政治过硬、本
And
领
we
过硬、
also
作风
need to
过硬
build
的
up
乡
a
村振兴
team,
干部队伍。
the team
前些年，一批退伍军
that we
人
could rely
返乡
on.
创业青
A
年
group of
加入了
retired
建设家乡的队伍中来，
military
为
personnel
武清
also
村
came
落
back
实乡村
to
振兴战
the
略，增
village
添了
and
更多
also
的
to
智慧和
made
力量。
their wisdom and strengths
未
to
来，武
build
清
rural
村将
revitalization.
做好特
Going
色产
forward,
业，
we will
壮
also
大村
continue
体
to
经
focus
济，
our
持
featured
续改
industries
善
to
人居
expand
环
our
境，
rural economy
让
and
更
also
多的村
improve the
民
living
更好地
environment,
享受乡村
benefiting
振
that
兴
the
带来
rural
的福
people
利。
there.
乡亲们说，武
And
清村的
the
日子会
villagers
越过
say
越美。
that we will have
谢
a
谢。
much beautiful and happier life.
谢谢黄委员，请继续提问，请举手示
Thank
意。
you. Next question,
请西
please.
区那位穿蓝色西服的女记者提问。
谢谢主持人，我是新华社记者。
Thank you. I'm with Xinhua News Agency, and my question is to Baima Yuzhen. As you introduced, you come from Mutuo of Tibet, and this is the last county in the country that were blessed with highway. And what is your observation there over the years?
谢谢记者的提问。
Thank you for
我
your
的家
question.
乡墨脱是
I
全
come
国最
from
后一个
Motuo.
通公路的县城。
This is the last
提起
county
墨脱
in the
呢，
country
大
that
家首
was
先想
blessed
到的
with
可
the
能就
highway
是高原
or
孤岛，
high road. And talking about plateau, what comes into your mind is impoverishment and poverty. But since the new era, we have introduced a great number of policies that empowers the countryside and the county level. And now we have roads that are connected to even greater livelihood. And what was once unconquerable is now a smooth land with great connectivity. And right now in Motuo, you can find clean and very smooth cement road wherever you go, and you can pick up your luggage and start your own travels. And every household is provided with clean water and high-speed internet, and they can see a doctor right at their home. And there is a lot of new looks in terms of our outlook. We have more parks, even greater landscape. As more attention is given to Motuo, we have been broadcast by the China Central Television News, and we are even reported, our story is even included in the Spring Gala. And right now, the residents are able to make a living by selling their local specialties, and we are also leveraging the tide of ecotourism, and we are growing organic cheese thanks to our plateau environment, and we are growing lychee and other economic crops, so that the tea leaves and pipa fruit are generating great revenue. And the large mountains and lucid waters are mountains of gold and silver. And our county is truly flourishing, and we have transformed from an island on the plateau into a great land of opportunity. And last year, the average disposable income reached 24,900 yuan, once again surpassing the average level of the country. All the achievements we have in Motuo are a result of generations of hard work, and this is what we have been anticipating for generations. Right now, Motuo is gradually establishing a very well-developed transportation network, and we believe in the future, Motuo County will just be like a great flower that is enjoying rainfalls and the sunshine, and we will become even more attractive, and will be just like the river that is surging ahead with big waves. As far as biodiversity is concerned, the world has only one Motuo County, but in Motuo County you can expect the biodiversity of the whole world. And I welcome you to pay a visit to Motuo to experience the seasonal changes in one day in Motuo, and you can also experience what life is like at the border. And you can also taste the most delicious roast chicken, and also have a try with our yellow wine, and you can also sit down with the locals and dance together with locals. Thank you very much.
请举手示意。请东区这位穿灰色衣服、戴眼镜的女记者提问。
谢谢主持人。中国文化报记者想提问阿拉腾达莱委员。委员您好，作为一名来自边疆的文艺工作者。
As a cultural practitioner and also the head of the Ulan-Mukir Troop, what's your experience? Can you share with us? And also how that the cultural performers can play its role to drive the further development of culture. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk about the stories of Ulan-Mukir Troop. Actually, in our language, it's called that the thunder shoot, and it's also a traveling art troupe performing for the remote areas. And we established in 1958. There's 9 people. And also just with one courage, right now We have a large team and also with more modernized equipment and performance instruments with us, but our founding missions and aspirations never changed. And we have the 310 kilometers for our performing routes. And we also need to travel a quite long distance to perform. I would like to really bring that to the people in the remote places. We have never stopped our efforts. And also our tradition has always been remained. And the ground is our performing stage. So for the remote places, the campus, for the herdsmen, and for the border soldiers, we carry out that performance across these areas, and we perform more than 100 times each year. And I could tell you that life actually for the herdsman changed a lot. For Ulamuk here also like to do something new, and we also to draw the aspiration and inspiration from the Chinese traditional culture, and also to be very close to people's day-to-day life and also reflect their willingness. We also make the innovative and the original dramas and scenes. All our work showcase the beauty of the northern part of Xinjiang Uyghur Tunnels region, and also the embrace that the technology, and also to perform online and offline, so the people around the country could enjoy that the good performance presented by Ulamuk troop. And right now in Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region, 75 teams just like us making their performance, and each year more than 10,000 performance have been played. And we always would like to back to the people to explore the stories, things happened and in the Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region, and would like to really produce something that reflects people's life, their willingness, and also can be carried forward for many years. I believe that's also conducive to produce the unity among different nationalities.
Thank you very much to all the three members. Now let's give the floor to the third group of CPPCC members. Please introduce yourselves. Good morning. I'm a CPPCC member. I'm chairman of Federation of Hong Kong Beijing Organization. My name is Shi Ronghuai. I come from Hong Kong. Good morning. I'm a CPPCC member and vice chair of Macau Federation of Neighborhood Association. He Rensheng. Good morning. I'm a CPPCC member. I'm chairperson of Zhejiang Committee of Taiwan Democratic Self-Government League. My name is Chen Qingli. Now the floor is open. First question, please. Thank you. I'm with Hong Kong TVB. My question is to He Rensheng. As a CPPCC member from Hong Kong, how does Hong Kong leverage the advantage of one country, two systems, and how does Hong Kong integrate itself into the great picture of the motherland? Thank you for your question. Hong Kong's position as the international shipping and financial center is due to the reform and opening up of the motherland and the development and progress of the mainland. After returning to the motherland, we are practicing one country, two systems in Hong Kong. This has reinforced Hong Kong's position as international trade, financial, and shipping center, leveraging our advantages of connecting to the motherland and the whole world. We are able to integrate our development into the motherland, and this is a way we must take to reinforce our positions. The International Financial Center is the golden identity of Hong Kong as of the end of 2024. There were 1,478 enterprises that were listed at the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. Their total market value account for more than 80% of China's total, and each and every day, the total transaction value accounts for more than 90% of China's total. These figures indicate one thing, that the Hong Kong's financial market is still appealing to enterprises from the mainland. And we also see that the mainland market is of equal importance to Hong Kong enterprises. I have to tell you that Hong Kong's ranking at the international financing rank is picking up, and at the end of last year, we are ranking third globally in terms of finance. As an international shipping center from the beginning day of the founding of the People's Republic of China, we have been a window of China's openness. As the mainland grows in terms of economy and as it grows in imports and exports, Hong Kong has become a major international trading center and shipping hub. Last year, Hong Kong's ports handled 13 million standard containers or TEUs, and 97% of the cargo that we handle comes from the mainland, and 70% of the cargo goes to the mainland as a destination. As a world-renowned free port, Hong Kong enjoys great advantages in terms of international trade. My family has benefited from this reality since the reform and opening up in 1978. My family got involved in the international trade of textile products. We played a very important role in helping domestic enterprises in importing technologies, and we also help domestic textile enterprises to export their products to the whole world. This is where our family business started. This is also a macrocosm of Hong Kong's role as an international trade center. Let me share with you one more story. And after the operation of Hong Kong Macau Zhuhai Sea Bridge, in the past, when I come to Beijing for a meeting, and people ask me, where are you right now? Are you at the second ring or third ring? But right now, if I get in contact with my friends in Hong Kong, they will ask me, are you on a sea bridge already? So this shows you the important progress of Hong Kong in terms of interconnectivity. We deal with people from all across the world. We are sharing one destiny with the mainland. This is not cliche. The future of Hong Kong lies in our interaction with the mainland. And right now, the mainland has given new positions of Hong Kong. We will contribute to the overall development of the country with our own advantages. I believe that the Oriental Pearl will shine even greater, and we will act in the spirit of the Lion Mountain, and we will be courageous and be able to contribute our part to China's development. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question, please.
请东区这位穿粉色西服的女记者提问。
谢谢主持人，我是中央广播电视总台 CGTN 记者。
CGTN, my question to Mr. Hu Rensheng. Good morning. This year marks 25th anniversary of Macau returning to motherland. I believe we have seen that the tremendous changes happened in Macau and also to releasing the vitality there. What's your experience? Thank you for your question. Back to the motherland has helped Macau to make the tremendous changes, and also I could tell you based on my personal experience that in the past 25 years a lot of things happened and changed. And I noticed Madam Chen, after she married, she moved to Zhongshan Place. Every day he needs to commute from Zhongshan to Aumen, Macau. And back then she quite worried about her kids going school, because in the Chinese mainland they need to pay the tuition, so she quite worried either to choose to let her kids study in the Chinese mainland or in Macau as they are. And we also did some surveys. A lot of people actually, if this family, if they work in Chinese mainland, about their family, especially their kids in Macau, they always face these kind of problems. So back in 2019, I also made DA proposals. I also made my suggestions in terms of the cooperation between Macau and Hengqin. And very luckily, we have seen that in the newly released policy by Zhuhai that provides that 3,800 units of houses, and also schools, medical care centers, all available to residents in Macau. So that service available in Hengqin that also do the favor to the residents in Macau working there. So people really love to hear that good news. So in order to learn more about the situation, we first also did a lot of that education to let people know that this kind of service is available, and we also organize a group of people to travel between Macau and Hengqin. So I invite people really visit places in Hengqin. So the residents in Macau believe that there are much breakthroughs made in both places, and for the kids from Macau, they could enroll in the schools in Hengqin. And if you need to receive medical services or enjoy the public services available in Macau, and actually you could just do that application. To the authorities, and that's the service available around the clock, so very easily you could get that service. And we also have that education center. And so the people working in the center very soon know a lot of that new friends, and they learn Mandarin, and also they have done a lot of volunteer work. I actually met Madam Chen's mom not long ago, and she shared with me the updated news is that they all moved to a new place, and her grandson are now studying in school in Hengqin, and also that the family worked in Hengqin, and also it's very convenient for them to receive medical services or even back to Macau. So actually, I could judge from her facial expression and also from her words, really enjoyed right now her life, and also I could also listen from her words that I can feel that they also very appreciate the policies issued by the government. I believe that's a very vivid case happened between Hengqin or the Chinese mainland and Macau. I believe that is also a true bond between both sides. And we talk about that the integrated development of Hengqin and Macau based on DA, a lot of that DA examples, we could see that one country, two systems really win the people's support.
Thank you. Next question, please.
请东期那位穿白色衬衣的女记者提问。
谢谢主持人，我是浙江日报曹新闻
Thank
记
you.
者。
I'm with
我的问题提给
Zhejiang
陈清丽委
Daily's
员。
Chinese News. My question is to Chen Qingli. You must be dealing with a lot of patriots from Taiwan in your day-to-day work. And what is your observation about the friendly exchanging trend across the street? Thank you for your question. And we are fellow compatriots across the Taiwan Strait, and we believe we are from one family, and we have introduced a number of policies to improve the business of Taiwan compatriots. More and more businessmen from Taiwan are handling their business in mainland. I have met with a lot of them in Zhejiang, and they studied their business here, and they settled down here, and they flourish here. I know one lady from Taiwan, Yu Junxiang, she's one of them. In 2018, through the talent introduction program of Yuhang district of Hangzhou, she came into Hangzhou, and she's heavily involved in rural revitalization and in common prosperity in Zhejiang. And she settled down here, and she's had her own child, and she's also entitled to child support subsidy. She's even been awarded the title of March the 8th award. And she tells me that she's feeling very happy both with her life and her business. And another gentleman, Mr. Zhou, who came into Hangzhou in the 1990s, and he has been living here for more than 30 years, and he's harvesting great success with his business. In his eyes, the private sector in Zhejiang is very successful, thanks to a number of supportive policies. He has been benefiting from the support from the government, and he's very privileged that he settled down in Zhejiang, and he's enjoying business success in Zhejiang. And on the Chinese mainland, we have a great number of Taiwan businessmen, just like the two of them, and they are exploring, and we support more and more Taiwan compatriots to come to the Chinese mainland to pursue their dreams, and they will enjoy great prospects of their business. And we hope that more and more Taiwan compatriots can grasp this opportunity to come on board, to experience and to share the great prospects of Chinese modernization. And we also hope that more and more Taiwan compatriots, they can become the constructors, contributors, and benefactors of Chinese modernization. Thank you to Madam Chen, and thank you to all the three members. Thank you to all the journalists, and this is the end of this year's Members' Corridor, and I look forward to seeing you once again next year.